This is the 7th video in my series of EOLR tutorials. This one will be covering the 2A0 case, so 2 on top adjacent misoriented and 0 on bottom. For this first case, we have one of them's misoriented and the other one's adjacent to it. So for this one, what you do is you flip this one first and then flip this one. So from this angle, doing an M prime flips that, and then a U and M prime flips this one, so that's a good arrow right now because we have side and back. Or if you want to do it from this angle, you flip this one, so M, and then you flip the already misoriented one like this, UM, and now we have side and this front one, and then we can just set them up on the bottom. When you have one on top and one on bottom like this, what you do is you make sure not to flip this one. So, you make sure not to move this one because this is already a bottom oriented edge. So our goal here is to make this a side misoriented edge for the arrow. And we can do that by bringing these to the front. And you can see this is going to come down and go over there. Like that. And then we have this with this. For this case, we have one of them here and the other one on the back. So what we can do here is just MU M prime, because this is going to do an M2 and become a back edge. This is going to do M prime U, so it's going to go blue here, and it's going to be a side edge, so they're going to be right here. And there's our good arrow. For this case where we have this misoriented and this oriented and they're adjacent to each other, there's 2 ways to do it. So you can either do M prime U M prime, and that sets up into this one move arrow like this, or you can AUF and slice this down and bring this to this position, and then that gives us a good arrow. So depending on your preference, whether you're comfortable with misoriented centers, I would use both of those. This is similar to the second case I showed where we had the edges here, now they're here. So once again, you want to keep this on the bottom because it's already oriented, and you want to make this a side edge. So just doing this from here makes that a side edge, and then stack them on the bottom. Now we have both of the edges oriented, one's in the back and one's on the right. So here what we can do is bring this to the front, and then this is going to do an M2, so it's going to be here and oriented, so it's a back edge. So we're going to make this a side edge like that, and there's our good arrow. Here we have the LR edges opposite to each other, so we're going to move this to the side. This is going to become a side edge, and this is going to become a bottom edge. So once we do M prime, U prime, and then you can see how that's going to go there. And there's our good arrow. So for this case, once again, we have one misoriented and one oriented on the bottom. So here we bring this to the side, misorient this, and orient this, and that'll give us a good arrow. So we just do M, U prime, M prime. Now we have the misoriented edge on the left, and so these are the LR edges, and you do M prime U M prime, which makes this a side edge and this a bottom edge. So once again, we're gonna misorient this and then move this on top of the M slice so it orients and becomes a back edge, and then stack them like this. Now we have this in the back and this on the side. So once again, we're gonna do a U2 here to bring these over here, and then you can see how we're gonna do MU M prime, and what that's gonna do is misorient this so it's a side edge. This is gonna come here and then back, so it's gonna be a back edge like that. And for this last case, you have a lot of freedom when they're both on the bottom. You can do it from any angle. You just have to make sure to do both of the slices in the same direction. So when they're in the back, if you do M prime U M prime, that works. When they're there, M prime U prime M prime, that works. Here M U M. Here M U prime M. There's those. Usually I'll just do M prime U prime M prime because it's the most finger tricky. Thanks for watching. This was the 7th video, so next week will be the final video.